It's really my pleasure to announce the publication date for my forthcoming book, Edit Without Tears with Final Cut Pro, and it's available on Amazon. The link is in the description below. To celebrate, I'm offering free ebook versions of Edit Without Tears. To be in the running, all you need to do is comment in the comments section of this video, and what I deem to be the most original comments will receive a book. And there are 3 copies on offer. I've spent the last 14 months researching and authoring this book about Final Cut Pro that's not just about the software, but covers the ancillary needs of what a video editor is confronted with day to day. And this is where Edit Without Tears is different from other Final Cut Pro tutorial books. It explains where the Mac computer and Final Cut Pro's application interface together. It works through the editing process from planning, then ingestion, organisation, the rough cut, and then refining the edit. It covers specific product workflows that the reader can follow. It discusses the editor's job role and where they fit in within organisations, showing the opportunities that can be taken to move up within the industry. There's a section on collaboration with other editors, both on the same site and in remote distant locations. And there's extensive analysis of the theory of colour and its implications within Final Cut Pro. There are explanations of the default plugins as well as third-party plugins for Final Cut Pro. The overall message of Edit Without Tears is to become familiar with the basic concepts of video editing, and particularly an understanding of the principle that editing is removing unwanted material rather than just adding bells and whistles. Edit Without Tears is current at version 10.7 of Final Cut Pro and is split into 4 main sections: planning, editing, using the inspector, and outside Final Cut Pro. And there are 4 chapters in the planning section. Chapter 1, It's All About the Media, discusses the Users folder in the macOS, where Final Cut Pro libraries are found, as well as the different formats that video editors are confronted with. Chapter 2, Organising Media, discusses the difference of Final Cut Pro libraries, the events, the keyword collections, the smart collections, folders, and the powerful search functions. Chapter 3, Planning the Video Story, discusses how to initiate a story and the various story types, as well as planning the edit itself. Chapter 4, Pre-editing a rough cut. It looks at the steps from ingestion to logging clips, using the timeline and that initial rough cut. And there are 5 chapters in the editing section. Chapter 5, Refining the rough cut. It concentrates on the remove, replace, and add actions, as well as ripple, roll, slip, and slide editing. And pacing is discussed in detail, right up to the picture lock stage. Chapter 6, Fixing and Enhancing Audio. This discusses the differences with audio in the browser and audio in the timeline. It offers fixes for vocal problems, as well as correcting any other audio problem. Chapter 7, Titles, Effects and Generators, and this shows how plugins fit within the Final Cut Pro environment. Chapter 8, Setting up and Editing Multicam. This discusses the best methods to employ when filming for a multicam edit, and also the important setup procedure to smooth the syncing process. Chapter 9, Product Workflows. This provides templates for different styles of edits, from interviews, social media, full-length movies, and even wedding videos. There are 6 chapters in Part 3, Using the Inspector. Chapter 10, The Inspector Controls, discusses 8 individual inspector tabs: video, colour, audio, information, titles, text, generators, and transitions. And Chapter 11, Using the Built-in Plugins. This explains the plugin terminology and the differences between titles, generators and effects, as well as transitions, and also customizing the built-in plugins. Chapter 12, using third-party plugins. This shows a selection of free and purchasable plugins, including LUTs and workflow extensions. Chapter 13, using keyframes to animate objects. And this shows the differences when keyframing in the inspector than in the viewer. It also shows Ken Burns on steroids. Chapter 14, understanding the principles of colour. And this covers colour theory, colour harmony and colour grading. Chapter 15, using the colour scopes. This chapter covers the scopes workflow, as well as colour curves and hue and saturation curves. And finally, the fourth part has 4 chapters outside Final Cut Pro. Chapter 16, your job role. This covers the makeup of production teams as opposed to post-production teams. It discusses the industries that use video editors and also being a freelancer. Chapter 17, the supporting software for Final Cut Pro. This chapter covers Apple applications as well as non-Apple applications. That's software that have features that's not available natively in Final Cut Pro. Chapter 18, troubleshooting Final Cut Pro. This covers the fixes that you should make with the Mac OS and fixes within Final Cut Pro itself. It covers the easy fixes and then the harder fixes. And also there's a section on relinking media. Chapter 19, backing up and archiving. This chapter covers Final Cut Pro's automatic backup facility. There's also discussion on archiving libraries, the index of those archives, and maintaining the devices that have those archives on them. Well, that's a lot, but you'll need to delve into the book for more detail. Anyway, that's enough about the book for now. Don't forget to comment and be in the running for the ebook on offer. It's now back to business for the usual content for this channel. So see my next video, which is about using the Hue SAT colour scopes.